Good morning, everyone. I'm Kathy Leone, and these are some of the stories coming today to Herald-Tribune.com. The fundraising ends at noon today for the 2018 Giving Challenge with the celebration at the Community Foundation. We'll wrap up this year's event, which will raise millions for area nonprofits with matching funds from the Patterson Foundation, and take a look at how this year's haul compares with last year's. Manatee County is suing Airbnb over tax issues. The county's tax collector claims the company, which offers short-term rentals online, hasn't been properly collecting or delivering the county's bed taxes. School District of DeSoto County is struggling with fewer kids reading on grade level than any district in the state. Ashley Kuhn, a DeSoto native, is determined to change that. Ryan McKinnon will have more on how. Plus, Venice Area Beautification, Inc. will work with Sarasota County to plant an urban forest off of the eastern spur of the Venetian Waterway Trail. And we'll also take a look at the city of Bradenton's newest waterfront park, which opens today. Grand opening of the new John and Rebecca Neal Park on Wares Creek is at 3:30 p.m. It features a kayak launch and community garden. Plus, columnist Carrie Seidman will be covering the groundbreaking for the SOAR Learning Center in Newtown. Well, the Sarasota County School Board voted last night to pursue hiring a police chief and sergeant for their internal police force. This was the first official step for the board towards that goal. Reporter Elizabeth DeGinnis is here now to tell us more on what went down at the meeting last night. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We just talked about this a week ago now, so now they've come to the first vote of the first step. And again, what was it last night?
Right, so last night the board approved 2 job descriptions, one for the chief of police, which is the head position for the internal police department. That person would oversee all of the staff. And the second one is the police sergeant, who would kind of more granularly manage that staff.
Okay, so, but there was some division, right?
Yeah, so last night what I was surprised by is that in the former discussion about this issue, which was at a workshop, so no voting happened,
Right.
everybody was kind of tentatively on board. All 5 board members were saying, okay, let's go ahead with this. Some had some reservations, but they said yes. This time, in an official vote, 3 board members said yes, we want to do this, and 2 actually voted against it.
Okay, and their reasoning behind it? Did they give their reasons why they?
Yeah, and the 2 members who did vote against it were Eric Robinson and Bridget Ziegler. They said that their reason for not voting is they were concerned about the timing issue, that it's going to be, might be difficult to get this many people ready for August.
Right.
And then also just a concern about this is a big change in the district and are we ready for this?
Right, because it is at the beginning of next school year. They want everyone in place. So these are just the first. This would be the first 2 jobs, but then they need an investigative sergeant, I believe it is, and then how many? And like a couple dozen deputies.
Yeah, no, you're right. They want 24 deputies by August, and then eventually they'd want around 50. So this first rollout is just going to be for elementary schools.
Okay.
But they would want that and detectives too to investigate any incidents.
Okay, so this was the job descriptions last night. What is the next step? Like, what is the next step for the board then?
Right, so like we were saying before, it's kind of, there's a lot of steps in the process, very bureaucratic. So they have to approve this job description. Now they're looking at getting candidates. They have to approve the actual hiring of somebody next at some point. So this is going to be a process over time.
All right, but did they set a time frame for this next step? Because again, August, all this needs to be sort of working and in place if it's going to move forward.
I think they want to look at having someone hired around June, but I don't think they're firm about certain dates with things like that yet.
Okay, so anything else come out of the school board meeting last night? Or
a lot of interesting discussions about other issues, but not exactly related to security. This was the big security topic last night.
Okay, so yeah, definitely the big talker. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, you'll find these stories and much more throughout the day at heraldtribune.com.